Hiya! Thank you for stopping by. I am Husky Light. Thank you for your likes, shares, your subscribes and your Google Pluses. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I said that I would do a video because somebody had asked me about what foods are needed to be eaten in order to decalcify your pineal gland, your third eye. So I'm going to go through that with you and what other things you can do as well to help you get along and start to awaken and get healthier as well. So in scientific terms, what is referred to as your third eye is in fact the pineal gland. It's a small pine cone shaped endocrine gland, and it's found in the centre of the brain, around here somewhere, about here in the middle. It produces and it also secretes the hormone melatonin, and it's also believed to be responsible for the release of dimethyltryptamine or DMT. So both metaphysically and physically, this gland is really important, has got many functions, and unfortunately as human beings we have lost the ability to be able to use it, but we're now learning to become aware of it again and aware of how important it is and how to keep it functioning at its best at all times. So every individual can wake up, move to higher consciousness, go into higher vibrations, ascend, all of those words that I use quite a lot. This is what you can do as well when you start to decalcify that gland, and you can perceive life in a different way as a more awakened person, as being more aware of what's going on around you. So as we all age, our pineal gland begins to calcify from quite a young age as well. It becomes sluggish, and it can stop. Sometimes it gets blocked. So in some people it can actually be calcified by the age of 18, which is a really young age. So depending on your dietary choices, your mentality, your attitude, and the way and your lifestyle and how you look at your lifestyle, the rate of calcification varies. However, what is really clear, what's been proven, is that you'll get feelings of disconnection from higher consciousness. You'll get diseases. They're related directly to a slow or a blocked pineal gland or a third eye. I'll keep mentioning those words throughout it so it helps you. So the first thing to be aware of is fluoride. It's a really major risk factor associated with calcification of your third eye. The body will not absorb fluoride in any way, shape or form, as it's a toxic substance. So what happens is your body collects it, clumps it together, and literally dumps it into your pineal gland, and it does it in high amounts as well, which forms like crystals over your pineal gland, and this is what blocks it, which is really bad for it, and it leads to a much faster degeneration. Fluoride can also decrease melatonin production, which you really need in your body. It's the ability to get restoring beautiful deep sleep that your body needs to restore itself, repair itself, stay healthy, to be able to dream as well, is melatonin related. So most people unfortunately are consuming a diet that is really detrimental to spiritual growth. We've got an influx of low vibration foods. Low vibration foods are things like fast food, McDonald's, microwave dinners, sugars, sweets, and we're contracting more diseases from this as well, and we're evolving at a slower spiritual pace than we ever have done. All these sort of foods didn't exist back in ancient Egypt, and where they use their third eye, and Hindus and Buddhists and people like that, they don't, and nowadays obviously they don't touch them because they know the importance of the pineal gland and actually what it does and what its its function is. So this is how we need to start trying to keep it clear. So there's two types of foods that we eat. There are acidic forming foods, or there's alkaline forming foods, and the difference between the two is crazy. It's like night and day. It's like diseased and not diseased. It's having a healthy pineal gland versus having an overly calcified pineal gland that is blocked, that doesn't work. Okay, your body is designed for your blood pH as well, your pH balance, to be between 7.35 and 7.45. So too much acid in the blood is totally detrimental to your health. It causes imbalances, and eventually it causes diseases and further calcification of your third eye. So whenever you eat something that is incomplete, which means it's not wholesome and it's acidic to your body has to work really, really hard to pull the nutrients out of your body's minerals to try and neutralize the acidity that you've put into your body through those bad foods. A high level of spiritual growth can be reached perfectly well by decalcifying your pineal gland. So all is not lost. So if we eat more alkaline foods, and if we look at alkaline foods and eating alkaline foods and drinks as charging us up like a battery, while if we eat acid foods and acid drinks, it drains our body, like losing the power from a battery, if that helps to describe the difference between the two kinds of foods. So besides contributing to your lack of connection to your divine, your God, your angels, your guides, your collective consciousness, whatever you want to call it, calcification of your third eye, of your pineal gland, has shown to be also in strong correlation with the development of Alzheimer's disease. In addition to a diet laden with preservatives, we've got chemicals, we've got pesticides, calcification and premature aging often result in eating these bad foods. And we all want to stay looking young, we all want to stay looking beautiful, as we all should be able to. So decalcifying your pineal gland is of great benefit to keep you looking young, as well as being connected to your higher consciousness as well. And also, in addition to all that, if you get this healthier diet going, and I'll go through a list of foods in a moment that can help you to decalcify your third eye, your pineal gland. I'll go through those in a minute with you, but do the following as well, or try to do the following as well. Okay, so first of all, you need to remove fluoride, and I know that it's going to be difficult to completely cut it out. It's difficult for me to completely cut out fluoride altogether unless you move to some remote place, maybe off grid, some location that's got a pure, beautiful running spring water going through it. It can be difficult, but you can do things to lower the fluoride levels that you're taking into your body, and that will really positively benefit your health and your third eye and your mission to awaken and get happy and get aware, and do all the things that you want to do and move forward. So you can do this by properly filtering your water before you drink it. Most communities have got water supplies which are absolutely teeming, that the government have put fluoride into, and to properly filter the water, if you're going to drink it from the tap, you need a reverse osmosis filter fitted onto your tap. Also, if it's an option, please buy bottled water, but you need to check the label on the bottled water before you actually buy it. It'll have a pH level on the label. It needs to be a pH level of at least 7 or above. because the higher the pH level, the more alkaline the water is, which means the purer the water is, the better it is, and the better it is at decalcifying. Anything below pH 7 and it's getting acid, it's getting acidic, which is going to harm your pineal gland, which is going to harm your body. There is also, if it hasn't got a pH level on the, if it's not listed on the label, don't buy it, because there are quite a few bottled waters which are lies. Basically, they're just tap water that have been disguised as bottled water. They've literally just filled it up out of the tap and they're selling it as pure bottled water. So please check that pH level. The ones, I don't know what waters you've got over in America or different countries, but I know over here Volvic and Nestle have got pH values of 7 and above, so they are pure water. There is another one as well. I'm not sure if it's Buxton water. Nestle, Volvic, yeah, it could be Buxton, but check the label, because as I say, a lot of them are just tap waters. What you also need to do is to try and switch to a fluoride free toothpaste. There's a lot of commercial toothpaste that are on the market, and the companies that sell it, they add fluoride to the toothpaste, and there's a huge debate going on about whether it's good for you and whether it's efficient and all the rest of it, and whether it's a necessity. But while this is all raging on, it has actually been shown that it's just another form of toxic input that you don't need in your body. Okay, you can get natural toothpaste to brush your teeth with and everything, and you don't need that fluoride in the toothpaste. Okay, somebody might argue about that, but there is scientific proof that it doesn't need to be in there. Apple cider vinegar, please go and get some, because it's absolutely brilliant for you. Organic apple cider vinegar, make sure it's organic. It's a really great tonic. It detoxifies your body, it decalcifies your third eye as well. It's rich in something called malic acid, which is an acid, but it's malic acid, and this particular acid helps to alkalize your body. It helps to neutralize your body. So you can sip this vinegar 3 times a day, which I do, and in all honesty, it's bloody awful if you sip it. It's really ugh. But that's the way I do it, because it's the quickest way for me to do it. Or if you really don't want to do it like that, add it to about 3 teaspoons to a glass of water, and add some lemon juice to it and some honey, and drink it that way. It's not as nasty than if you do it like that, but organic apple cider vinegar is absolutely brilliant for you. Okay, another one that's really good for you is coconut oil. It's a really healing nutritional food. Take it as a tonic. It nourishes all parts of your body. Its greatest gift though, its greatest benefit though, to everybody, is it revitalizes the brain. It detoxifies the brain, detoxifies and decalcifies the pineal gland. I'm going to say what's in it, and I will probably get the word wrong, but coconut oil is rich in medium chain triglycerides. I said it right, yes. And these are converted to what is called ketones in the liver, and this food restores neurons in the brain. It improves nerve function in the brain. It restores your liver. It helps your liver. It helps detoxify. It's just brilliant for everything. It's also a really good alternative form of therapy if you've already got it, or if you haven't already got it, it's really good for preventing Alzheimer's disease. Really good for preventing Alzheimer's disease. Okay, the next thing we need to do, or need to try to do, is get rid of the sunglasses. Just ditch the sunglasses if you can. Sunlight goes directly into your retina and it stimulates the pineal gland, your third eye. This is because our eyes need to be exposed to the sun. We need indirect sunlight. So putting on sunglasses really doesn't help. So try and cut down on the amount of time that you wear sunglasses, okay? Because again, lack of sunlight can cause calcification of your third eye, of your pineal gland. If you have to wear sunglasses, if they're absolutely essential, and let's face it, sometimes they are, if the sun's really, really bright, you don't want to gaze directly at the sun sometimes, because that's not good for your eyes. I'm sorry, I'm getting cramp in my knee sat here. At least do it take breaks from wearing the sunglasses. If you can do that and you can spend intelligent amounts of time in the sun, don't stay out there until you're burnt to a crisp, you're going to benefit greatly. There's a lot of people, a lot of us out there that are deficient in vitamin D, and we need vitamin D, and we can get it through sun exposure, we can get it through sunlight. So it not only supports our brain health, being out in the sun, but it also helps to fight against depression. Vitamin D helps to fight depression. So by doing that, being out in the sun more, you begin to consume more vitamin D, and you get happier as well. So those are some of the main things before we move on to the foods that would be really good for you to try and have a look at and try and do. So alkaline foods, okay? As you start to increase your amount of alkaline foods that you take into you, you are going to get intuitive, you're going to get psychic, you're going to have more dreams, you're going to be connected to the higher consciousness, you're going to have those gut feelings, you're going to have creativity, and you're going to have an overall energy, and you're going to feel fantastic by eating these foods. So the foods that I'm listing are all alkaline foods, they're all alkaline forming. Right, there's a difference between acid forming foods and alkaline forming foods. An alkaline forming food that you would think is acidic, I need to get this one out of the way, is things like oranges, limes, lemons. You would think they were actually very acidic and you would not touch them because they're an acidic forming food. They're not, okay? They're good for you. They're actually an alkalining forming fruit. What happens is when we digest things like oranges and lemons, our body digests it in a way that makes it into an alkaline ash, is what it's called, and therefore we can eat them and they're fine and they are good for you, and they're grown in the sun. They've got vitamin D in them and vitamin C. So the list of foods that I'm going to give you are not complete. It's just a combination of research that I've done, foods that I already eat, and experiences I've had with the foods as well. There's a whole list of alkaline forming foods. There's loads of them, but there just isn't enough time to list them all down. So if you know of any that I haven't mentioned, that I've missed out, put them down. Just lob them down below in the comments so everybody can see them, and it can help everybody if you know of one that I've not listed. The important thing in all of this is to make a conscious effort to try and consume as much alkaline forming foods as possible, and start to cut out the junk food and the acidic stuff and the sugars and the sweets and the fizzy drinks and things like that, okay? So here goes with the list. As I say, lob them down. Seaweed, seaweed and kelp, cranberries, green beans, peas, broccoli, curly kale, beetroot, cabbage, sprouts, celery, cucumber, lettuce, onions, peas, peppers, spinach. Any dark leafy greens are really good for you. Some fruits that you can have, that I know of that are alkaline forming are tomatoes, which is a fruit, not a vegetable. Tomatoes, apples, bananas, any sort of berries, grapes, melons, lemons, limes and oranges, I've already mentioned those. Peaches, pears, watermelons, coconuts. Okay, they're really good fruits for you. Nuts, just about any kind of nuts, I think, are really good for you, especially almonds, chestnuts, walnuts as well are really good for you. Things like tofu, shrimp and lobster are very good as well. And the spices that I know of, that I've listed down anyway, there is a lot more, but the ones that I've listed are cinnamon, curry, ginger, mustard, sea salt. Now it's got to be natural sea salt or pink rock salt, pink Himalayan salt or rock salt. Please don't go and table salt's awful for you. It's really bad for you. Please change it. And don't go, I tell you what, I know in England with the pink rock salt, I went into a certain supermarket which I won't name, and it had a famous chef on the front of the bottle of this pink Himalayan salt, and the bottle was only about this big. It was one of those ones that you shake yourself. It was £3 or £4, which is what, $6 or $7 for this one thing, and it was ridiculous. And I bought it at the time because I thought that was the only place that I could get it from. If you're in England, go to B&M stores. They've got pink rock salt in there, and it's in a bloody great big thing about this big, and it's about £2. So there's a huge difference. So go to your discount stores as well and see if they've got them, if it looks really, really expensive in the supermarkets. But please change from table salt, so get natural sea salt, or this pink rock salt, this pink Himalayan. It doesn't have to be Himalayan salt, it can be labelled as just pink rock salt. It's natural, it hasn't got toxins and bits in it the way table salt has. Okay, moving on to drinks. Drink wise, obviously alcohol is not very good, so we try and avoid that one. Coffee is acidic as well. Now I have a couple of cups in the morning of coffee when I get up, but because I'm sipping the organic cider vinegar 3 times a day, it's neutralising it. So although I shouldn't be drinking coffee at all because it's really not good for me, because I'm having the apple cider vinegar, and I will get out of coffee eventually, this is not a fast process. I am neutralising it. So also really good things to drink is any sort of herbal tea, especially green tea is really good for you. Dairy products, dairy drinks, milk, they're not good for you. They're really high in acidity. So I have moved over to coconut milk or soya milk, and it takes a little bit of getting used to, and I moved over slowly, but I've moved over to it and it's done. So, and even my little girl has it on her cereal in the morning, so she's got used to it as well. It's not that bad once you get used to it. In fact, it's quite nice once you get used to it. It is, honestly. And I don't have butter anymore. I've changed over to a dairy-free sunflower spread or a dairy-free soya spread as well, which again is not the nicest when you start, because but your tastes change as you change over your foods, and you just get used to it, and once you've got used to it, it's fine and you don't think about it. So unfortunately dairy foods and cheese as well is not good. Dairy stuff is not good for you, so try and cut back on that and have the alternatives, or just try to incorporate them slowly into your diet. You can't really tell the difference if you have them into your coffee, so try it that way to start with. Water, again, as I said earlier on, check the pH value of the water and make sure that it's at least pH 7 or above. Anything below that, it's getting acidic. So, right, that is not the whole list of drinks and fruits and foods, but those are the ones that I've listed and I can think of. So as I say, put them below. I really hope this helps you. Any questions as well, put those below. Please don't make them too technical. I know the difference between alkaline and non-alkaline, and hopefully I've explained it in a way that you understand. Okay, and I hope this helps. So, namaste, blessings and light, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, bye.